Hello and welcome to episode 105, and for this video I have come back down to Farlows Lake where I was just 2 months ago for my 100th episode. Because I blanked that session, I felt like I had to come back soon and try and put that session to rights and to actually try and catch here. So here I am 2 months later to try and catch again. Been joined by my mate Lee again, who we saw in episode 102 when we fished at Merrington Fishery. We've both got some time off work, so Lee's come to join me for this episode. First time here?
Yep, first time here, so lovely place. A lot of weed, but certainly give it a go.
Yeah, there is a lot of weed. In fact, the bit of lake which is behind us, there's actually a weed cutter going on at the moment, which I'll show you in a little while, and he's absolutely pulling out loads of weed. So there's like a big bulldozer on the front of the boat, but I'll show you that in a bit. But yeah, done a lap of the lake when we first got here. Like I say, there's a big chunk of the lake behind us and round to our left, which is actually shut off for the weed cutting. And we actually have got a bit of weed in front of us as well, haven't we?
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
But we've just got fishing, so we'll show you all where we're fishing, our spots and that later on. And something different I'm doing to combat the heavy weed we've sort of got in front of us. Not as heavy as what is behind us, but we have got heavy-ish weed. Took a bit of leading around in it for both of us to find clear spots.
Yeah, it did.
If you can hear a drone in the background, I apologise, but that would be constant in this vlog because we've got about 100 yards to our right is the M25. So I apologise for the constant drone of traffic that's going to be in this video, but there's nothing I can do about that. But anyway, rods are out. I've just got to put the bivvy up, leave bivvies up. But till something carpy happens,
let's go fishing.
Let's go fishing.
Fish is just washed over by you as well.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. And the cove bit there, sort of come up now, so.
Good sign.
Yes, hopefully you'll catch one.
Weed cutting boat. Quite a chunk of Farlows is shut off at the moment for weed cutting. And that is a weed cutting boat. First time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, look at all the weed he's picking out. That's a massive amount of weed. Picking scoops like that every time he's in and out. You can see why low. Weed cut needs to come in, absolutely chocker. Guys, as long as there's not too much wind noise on this bit, I'll tell you where I'm fishing, and then I'll hand over to Lee and he'll show you where he's fishing. So as you can see, we've got two islands in front of us. I'm fishing to the right hand island on all three rods. So my right hand rod is pretty much fishing on the edge of that island, which is exactly 16 wraps out. Then I'm fishing with my middle rod. You can't really make it out there unless I zoom in maybe. Yeah, there's a little bit of alcove just there. My middle rod is sort of on the edge of that. That's 18.5 wraps away. And then my left hand rod, I'm fishing on the edge of this willow tree here. That's also 18.5 wraps out. I can't remember which one I've put on which rod, but I'm fishing a pop-up on one rod, a single boilie on another rod, and a snowman rig on another rod. So Yeah, that's it. Oh, and I'm fishing tight lines as well because we've got quite a bit of marginal weed. To keep the lines out of the way of the weed, I'm fishing all 3 rods on tight lines as well. Right, I'll hand over to Lee and he'll show you where he's fishing.
Right, I'm pretty much the same as Chris in regards to close to the island. Oh, I got my first rod on the edge of this island. If I can get the stick in here, just there on the edge. And that's at about 14.5 wraps, a bit closer than what Chris is fishing. My middle rod, I've got that, I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, I've got a little cove just in there, that's where I'm fishing. And on my left arm rod, I'm fishing right tight against the side of the island there. I can show you, just there. So yeah, basically all about 14.5 rod lengths out really. Both 2 on wafters, sorry, and I've got 1 on a PVA bag with a pop-up. So yeah, that's where I'm fishing.
What a difference that bay is now the weed cutter's finished in this little section. And you saw how weedy it was when he was in there. Totally clear now. What a difference. And guys, with Lee, and he saves the blog so far with a fish.
Yeah, hard going. 14.2 mirror, left hand rod, far left hand side of the island, on a PVA bag with half a cell boilie and half a milky toffee soaked in almond goo pop-up, crisply balanced. It's been there all night. Didn't really think I was going to get anything, to be quite honest, but I'm really happy with this. Lucky for me, I was just sorting out one of my other rods and Chris heard the alarm go, so thanks to Chris as well for this one.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
I'll have a little zoom in on the fish.
Yeah, well chuffed. First Farlows fish, absolutely over the moon.
Like that. I've got a good tail on it for a smallish fit. I say smallish fit, I won't call it small because I haven't had one yet. In fact,
well, this place it is small, but I'm just absolutely chuffed first time here.
In fact, I tell a lie, guys, I had 2 bream in the night. One late last night, one early hours of this morning. So
I'll show you the side if you want. It's just a chunky fish. There's the other side. Ooh.
I was just about to say she's being good for you then.
Yeah. There you go, there's the other side.
Nice.
Beautiful.
At least there's a fish in the blog.
Right, let's get her back. Soaking wet feet.
got a bit of a nip one, pill one with lines and weed and...
Are you still recording?
Yeah. And fish. Looks a decent fish. But there's line everywhere, so I'm going to take a bit of sorting out this one. Right then guys, we are with Lee again, and after a bit of a hectic pull one, nip one, pull one with my rods, we have got a fish.
Yep, absolute stunner. 20 pound, bang on, right hand rod. Took me all over the place, wiped out Chris's rod, so I do apologise to Chris for that. But what an absolute stunner, over the moon. First time at Farlows, back to 20, can't complain at all about that. Just absolutely stunning.
Nice.
Beautiful. To be honest, I thought it was a bream because there was that much weed round and she didn't fight at all. But what a stunner.
Oh, she wasn't hanging around.
No, she was gone. She didn't like me.
Didn't like my rods either. Fine guys, I'm just about to recast my rods after we had that little bit of a tangle situation and whatnot, so sort of early evening now, so this is going to be my cast for the evening. Even though I haven't actually caught any fish yet, I'm going to show you my rigs anyway, because the way I'm fishing for this session is a way I haven't fished for quite a few years, so it's something a bit different, so I'll show you it anyway. We start at the hook end, so a big wide gape hook. As you can see, I'm fishing a sort of a snowman style setup on this particular rig. Bit of tubing to act as a kicker, short 3-inch supple hook link because it's all going in a solid PVA bag. As you can see in the middle there, little sinker, very small little anti-tangle sleeve just to keep it onto the swivel, because I'm using a types of swivel that's got a hook on it. And then the main part, that's a bit different, that I haven't done for a long time, is where there's a complete leader ban here at Farlows. You've got to use tubing, and I've just pulled it all out and made a complete hash of it. Let me just plug this back in. Bear with. Right, here we go. So I've got about 2 foot of tubing. This particular one is the Corda dark matter one, very heavy, very supple. And on the end of the tubing I've got a tail rubber which is pushed directly onto the swivel. Then as you can see, I've got an inline lead minus the insert, and that's free running on the tubing, and then that just kind of sits sort of slightly, the tail rubber just slightly pushes into the bottom of the lead. So basically it's a sort of a free running rig, so if a fish picks up the rig, there's enough resistance there where the tail rubber's pushed into the lead to hook the fish. But then once the fish does its old head shaky trying to get away thing, bang, turns into a running rig, and it's all 100% completely safe. I've just pulled the tubing out again. And then, as I said, it all goes into a solid bag. Here's one I've prepared earlier. Lovely jubbly. And they're going to try and catch some fish. Likely is. And guys, evening update, about 9 o'clock on the second evening now. Still waiting for me first carp. Just an update to let you know what I've done. When I told you where I was fishing on the first day, I said I was fishing my right hand rod on the point of the island. Well, since we've been here quite a few times, just over here, if I zoom into it, so you can just make out a little patch there, top right hand corner, which is actually a bit of weed. But just off of that, there's been fish that were bushing all around the area, sort of on and off while we've been here. It's really thick with weed there, but I've just put a naked chod rig on it. I've put about 4 or 5 foot to the top bead, so, and a really light 1 ounce lead on it, so should be fishing nice and safe and effective. But the amount of fish that's been boshing there, it would be silly to ignore it and not put a rod on it. Pretty much the only safe way to do it is with a chod rig, because it's just so thick with weed out there. Got one of those called heli-safe lead systems on there, so if I get a run, it will drop the lead and the fish should come above the weed with any luck. If I get one. The way this session's going for me, I will need all the luck. Oh, the fish just boshed out then, see? There we go. Well, that's not far off where I've just put the chod rig as well. Right then guys, we're with Lee again. It's just gone 5 o'clock in the morning, last morning of our fishing, and he's now had the hat trick. His third and final rod has had a fish.
Yeah, if I can pick her up, she'll let me. Right, 19 pound 4, middle rod. Up close against the island again. Like Chris says, third fish in the session. Can't believe it. First time at Farlows. 3 fish. Just to catch one would have made my day. To catch 3, it's really made the trip. Awesome for me.
Nice dark fish as well, that one.
Yeah, real dark. Beautiful colour.
Yeah, she's a bit lively on the bank because she put absolutely no fight up in the water, because she brought about 10 pounds of weed in with her as well.
Stunning. Beautiful fish.
Lovely dovely.
Right, let's get her back. Go back to bed.
Well, once again, you're the saviour of the blog.
Well, I would say it was all skill, but it's not. It's all flick.
I think it's all down to the fact that I let you have the good side of the swim.
This is it. Ooh. Bit of wind over there, Chris.
Yeah, that's a warm southwesterly blowing.
Right, let's get her back.
first Farlows fish. And what a cracker she is as well. That right hand rod that I was telling you last night that I'd moved into a really weedy spot where the fish had been washing out onto the chod rig is the rod that produced. So what a move of a rod and tactic that turned out to be, because this is an absolute cracker. Have a look at that for a nice linear. Absolutely made up. Absolutely cracking fish. £18, 14, 18, 12,
1812, mate.
1812. Absolutely stunning linear Farlows fish. My first Farlows fish, and what a way to have a first fish. Just look, doesn't matter if it's not too big, just look at that for a linear. I'm absolutely made up. Probably safe to say I've had the best looking fish in the session.
Definitely, mate. She's beautiful. She is. She's a stunner. Lovely fish.
She's almost as good looking as me.
Well, I won't go that far, but
so that turned out to be an inspired change of rigs and tactics. That
good angling, mate. Good
not
angling.
really one for fishing in heavy weed, but the fish were showing on that spot, so it couldn't be ignored. And in return, she even wiped out one of Lee's rods.
Yeah.
Right, she's obviously quite lively, so we better get it back. Very happy. Right guys, we're coming to the end of our Farlows session, and it's all ended nicely in the end. Finally got me first Farlows fish on the bank, second visit, even better. 3 fish on your first ever visit.
Yeah, couldn't ask for more. I was happy just to get 1, but to get 3, really chuffed with that. Really chuffed.
Yeah. So anyway, so we're just packing up now. As you can probably see, there's gear all over the floor behind us. We're literally just down to our rods out now. So got about another hour's fishing in front of us, but I don't think anything will happen now. If it does, I'll chuck it in on the end. But thanks for watching this episode. It was finally a successful one.
Took some time, but you got there, didn't you, Chris? And it was a stunner as well, so.
Yeah, indeed. Right, my next episode starts tomorrow, where I'm going to be at Linear Fisheries, and I'm going to be joined by Lee again. So we're going to go home. Well, I'm going to go to my home, you're going to go to your home.
Yeah, get refueled.
Yeah. And then I'll see you again tomorrow.
Indeed you will.
Yeah. Right, so thanks again for watching this episode, and I will see you in 106 at Linear Fisheries, which is tomorrow for us, but it'll probably be about a week later in uploading between videos. Waffling.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've got a lot of cutting out to do, haven't you, now, when you get back with all your recordings, so.
Right, so anyway, last few bits to sort out. We've been fishing.
We have, and we've caught.